On the kickoff show, we have Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. I like this on the kickoff show. I really do. I think it's a match that probably would die a death if it was on the main show, if it was on the main card, the main show. They've been building up this feud well from their match not even happening to Nia Jax beating the crap out of her, a couple weeks ago and what happened this past week. So I'm liking that they're having a match on the kickoff show. That's a perfect enough place for it. Nia Jax wins. What other outcome can you do? And Alicia Fox will not be the one to finally beat Nia Jax. That's just not happening. So obviously Nia Jax wins here. Alicia Fox will be the first member of the main roster that she will face at Clash of Champions. Other than she faced her a few weeks ago, but you know what I mean. Her first main roster match, really, that she's facing a member of Raw, of the Raw brand, until, since Nia Jax was first drafted on Monday Night Raw. So that should be interesting, but looking forward to the match either way. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. This is the match I think will steal the show. I mean, I know that's not really a bold prediction because these guys always steal the show. The Cruiserweights always steal the show, but Perkins is great. Kendrick is phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to this match. TJ literally just won the belt. As happy as I would be to see Kendrick win the Cruiserweight Championship at some point, and he should, right now is not that time. TJ just won the belt a week ago, so that's not happening. TJ Perkins retains the belt, but expecting a really, really good match out of these guys. And again, if you put them in the opener, even if you don't put them in the opener, they're definitely going to steal the show. I will go so far as to say that on the record right now, TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick will steal the show on Sunday. Cesaro versus Sheamus in match 7 of the Best of 7 series. Again, I'm hoping for their best bout to date. All the matches they've been having on Raw have been pretty good. I thought the match at SummerSlam was great. Definitely the best match they've had so far. But I'm hoping they're saving the best for last. And as I said earlier, I'm not really sure what's on the line here. Because Cesaro and Sheamus have said at various points in interviews and shit that the winner of this Best of 7 series will get a championship opportunity of some sort. But the commentators haven't really said that. It's not being... Maybe it does say it in the match preview on WWE.com. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just confused. So I guess we'll find out either more next or on the show, during the match, or on Monday's Raw. I'm not exactly sure. But still looking forward to it. The match should be good from an in-ring standpoint. I got to put, Cesaro over. If you have Sheamus win, why? The guy's a dead brand. He's dead in the water. No one really cares as much about him as they did a couple years ago. Even a year ago, the guy was hotter than he was right now. He's got nothing going for him. So yeah, I got Cesaro winning here. The New Day versus the Club for the Raw Tag Team Championship. I am just ready for this feud to wrap up. The promos have not been funny. The matches have not really been that good. They've been all right, but they haven't been great or anything. The SummerSlam match was all right. The Raw rematch was just there. So again, from an in-ring standpoint, from a development standpoint, this feud has not really been intriguing me at all. But I got to put the belts in the Club. If not, then I don't know why they even bother continuing this feud if they're going to have New Day win again. So I think Club wins, and we finally see the end of the New Day's well over 1-year reign as WWE Tag Team Champions. After that, for the Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte defending against Sasha Banks and Bayley in a triple threat match. This is another match I'd be on the lookout for as a potential match of the night, a show stealer. These three girls have killed it in NXT for years now. Bayley and Sasha had their first NXT TV match against each other. Obviously, all three of these women have faced off on various takeovers one-on-one before, so the match should be really, really good. Again, as much as I complained earlier about the build for the bout just being all over the place, the match itself should be amazing, so I can't wait for it. But in terms of who goes over, I said this yesterday on Randy Cruz's Cruise Control podcast, but whatever the outcome is, Bayley must lose. And I say that as a Bayley fan. It's not that I don't like her, but it's way too soon. Way too soon. She literally just arrived on the main roster no more than a month ago. Exactly a month ago from today. So why you would have her debut 1 month and then win the belt the next, to me it would be a waste. So hopefully that is not in the cards. And Bayley wins the belt down the line. They build to it for a Sasha Bayley match at WrestleMania, hopefully. But I would not do the title change here. And Sasha won the belt. She lost it. Charlotte won it back, so I wouldn't do a title change just yet anyway. So I think Charlotte retains, still the Raw Women's Champion. I could see Sasha winning, but I really just hope Bayley doesn't win. I'd mark out regardless. I'd be really happy for her, but it's just far too soon. So I'd have Charlotte winning. I could see Banks winning, but I got Charlotte. She's my official pick for that match. After that, Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. Another match I'm really excited for just because we've seen them face each other. We've seen them face off at various points in 2016, but Sami Zayn finally has direction for the first time since coming to Raw. Because, ever since the feud with Owens culminated at Battleground, Zayn has really been floundering for the past 2 months. I'm glad he has direction. Jericho, too. The promos have been good. Their highlight reel segment was really good. And because it really only has a 2-week build, I think it'd be silly for them to cut the feud short if it ends on Sunday and that's it. They should really drag this out as much as possible, especially if Jericho's not going back to doing music and stuff until early 2017 or whatever. This run has been his best, in my opinion, and I think it continues on Sunday with a win over Sami Zayn. I think you can build to an ultimate win for Zayn at the next pay-per-view. So at Hell in a Cell, I think it would be, and then build to a potential triple threat, a sexy-ass triple threat between Owens, Zayn, and Jericho at Survivor Series for the World Championship. That would be insane. So I can't wait for that if that's in the cards. So anyway, really good match on paper, and I think Jericho wins. You could build to a Sami Zayn win at Hell in a Cell. I don't think it's really necessary to do what they did with Dean Ambrose and Jericho and have Ambrose win, both matches on pay-per-view against Jericho. You don't need to do that, just because Ambrose was in much more need of victories than Zayn is right now. He flourishes a lot like Bayley as an underdog, so he does not need to win here. I think Jericho wins on Sunday, maybe via dirty tactics, whatever, but regardless, I got Jericho going over. Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. I'm just not feeling the title change. I was at SummerSlam before they went to the fucking non-finish, the Brawl, which was stupid. But yeah, Rusev, I think he's walking out Sunday, still the U.S. champion. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they put the belt on Reigns, but I don't know. They really have not built this feud up enough, because they built it up for a few weeks before SummerSlam, and then they kind of went away with it. They moved away from it for like 3 weeks, 3 Raws in a row that they didn't do the feud. They kind of ignored it, and they went back to it just last week before furthering that feud on Monday's Raw. So I assume it's not going to be the end of the road for this feud, unfortunately. But I got Rusev retaining in this match. And then in the main event, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship. Again, the match, I think the first time ever, not only in WWE, but I think it might be ever. I don't think Rollins and Owens were in Ring of Honor at the same time. They might be, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kevin Steen versus Tyler Black for the first time ever in wrestling is happening this Sunday at Clash of Champions, so that should be a spectacle, to say the least. But yeah, in terms of who goes over, I got Owens retaining. I think it's way too early to give the belt right back to Rollins. He just turned babyface. You could drag this out a little longer until Hell in a Cell. Owens just won the belt. It would be far too soon to take the title off of him. So, bottom line, Triple H should not show up. I know some people are disappointed that he hasn't showed up since the turn on Seth Rollins, the betrayal of Seth Rollins, his protege, his right-hand man, a month ago. But I think it's for the better, really. I don't think you need to rush into that right now and get into the aftermath of that feud, because or at least I hope, that they're doing the match at WrestleMania 32. Not at Survivor Series, not at Hell in a Cell, not even at the Royal Rumble, but at WrestleMania 33, not 32. I'm getting my fucking numbers mixed up here. I'm sorry. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I think that 32 is coming up. Just because maybe I heard so many times that I thought WrestleMania 32 would be the biggest of all time. And technically it was, I guess, from an attendance standpoint. But anyway, I keep on calling it WrestleMania 32 for some reason. I always said that in articles here on the show when I'm talking to people. I always say WrestleMania 32 is coming up in April of 2017 when it's really 33. I should know this because I want to go to that show, so I should probably know what WrestleMania I'm going to. So I'm going completely off track here. Owens, Rollins, I got Owens going over. Triple H, the point I was trying to make was that Rollins and Triple H should not face off until WrestleMania 33. You got plenty of time to build that up. You don't need to rush into it right now. You could save that for a rainy day. When I say rainy day, I mean WrestleMania 33. So hopefully it does not show up at any point in the near future, or at least in a regular role. But yeah, I got Owens going over, or at least maybe not winning per se, but retaining the title to set up a rematch for Hell in a Cell, probably inside Hell in a Cell next month.